Step 1 Basics of S-HRM. Strategic role of human resource management. Competency mapping. Balanced scoreboard. Career planning and development. Performance management and appraisal. Organization development. Organization change and OD interventions. Talent management and skill development. Employee engagement and work-life balance. Industrial relations. Disputes and grievance management. Labor welfare and social security. Trade union and collective bargaining. International human resource management. HR challenge of international business. Green HRM. Step 2 Introduction to S-HRM. Human resource management is the process of recruiting, selecting, inducting employees, providing orientation, imparting training and development, appraising the performance of employees, deciding compensation and providing benefits, motivating employees, maintaining proper relations with employees and their trade unions, ensuring employees' safety, welfare, and healthy measures in compliance with labor laws of the land, and finally following the orders/judgments of the concerned court, if any. Strategic human resource management is the connection between a company's human resources and its strategies, objectives, and goals. The aim of strategic human resource management is to advance flexibility, innovation, and competitive advantage. Develop a fit-for-purpose organizational culture. Competency mapping is the process of identifying the specific skills, knowledge, abilities, and behaviors required to operate effectively in a specific trade, profession, or job position. Balanced Scorecard, BSC, is a strategic planning and management system that organizations use to communicate what they are trying to accomplish. Align the day-to-day work that everyone is doing with strategy. Prioritize projects, products, and services. Measure and monitor progress towards strategic targets. Career planning is the process by which one selects career goals and the path to these goals. The major focus of career planning is on assisting the employees achieve a better match between personal goals and the opportunities that are realistically available in the organization. Career development is the series of activities or the ongoing/lifelong process of developing one's career. It involves training on new skills, moving to higher job responsibilities, making a career change within the same organization, moving to a different organization, or starting one's own business. Performance management is an ongoing process of communication between a supervisor and an employee that occurs throughout the year, in support of accomplishing the strategic objectives of the organization. Performance appraisal is a systematic evaluation of the employee's present job capabilities and also his potential for growth and development by his superiors. It can be either informal or formal. Organizational development in HR involves changes and improvement of the processes and structures that are part of HR's responsibility. These include processes and systems related to performance management, talent management, diversity, employee wellness, and so on. Organizational development, OD, interventions are structured program designed to solve a problem, thus enabling an organization to achieve the goal. These intervention activities are designed to improve the organization's functioning and enable managers and leaders to better manage their team and organization cultures. Organizational change is about the process of changing an organization's strategies, processes, procedures, technologies, and culture, as well as the effect of such changes on the organization. Talent management is a process to attract, onboard, develop, motivate, and retain high-performing employees. It is aimed at improving business performance through practices that make employees more productive. Skills development is the process of 1. Identifying the skill gaps, and 2. Developing and honing these skills. It is important because skills determine the ability of employees to execute the plans with success. Employee engagement is a workplace approach designed to ensure that employees are committed to their organization's goals, objectives, and values, encouraged to contribute to organizational success, and are able at the same time to enhance their own sense of well-being. Work-life balance. Industrial relations are the relationships between employees and employers within the organizational settings. From this perspective, industrial relations cover all aspects of the employment relationship, including human resource management, employee relations, and union management, or labor relations. Industrial dispute can be viewed as friction or disagreement between two or more parties involved, due to the difference in their perceptions, opinions, mindsets, attitudes, and values. In an organization, the parties engage in such disputes can be employer and employee, employee and employee, or employer and employer. On a massive level, conflicts can even arise between the government and the public. Grievance handling is the management of employee dissatisfaction or complaints, e.g. favoritism, workplace harassment, or wage cuts. By establishing formal grievance handling procedures, you provide a safe environment for your employees to raise their concerns. Labor welfare entails all those activities of employer which are directed towards providing the employees with certain facilities and services in addition to wages or salaries. Social security is the security that society furnishes through appropriate organization against certain risks to which its members are exposed. These risks are essentially contingencies against which the individual of small means and meager resources cannot effectively provide by his own ability or foresight alone, or even in private combination with his fellows. Labor union or trade union is an organization of workers who have joined together to achieve goals in areas such as wages and working conditions. The union negotiates contracts and conditions with employers, keeping employee satisfaction high and protecting workers from unsafe or unfair working conditions. Collective bargaining is a process of negotiation between employers and a group of employees aimed at agreements to regulate working salaries, working conditions, benefits, and other aspects of workers' compensation and rights. International Human Resource Management, (IHRM), can be defined as a set of activities targeting human resource management at the international level. It strives to meet organizational objectives and achieve competitive advantage over competitors at national and international level. HR challenge of international business. Recruiting from other countries. Communicating well overseas. Encouraging feedback. Getting the HR function structure right. Managing different, culturally influenced, career ambitions. Maintaining a sense of brand identity and loyalty. Ethical gray areas. Green HRM is mostly used to refer to the contribution of HRM policies and practices towards the broader corporate environmental agenda. It refers to using every employee to support sustainable practices and increase employee awareness and commitments on the issue of sustainability. Step 3: Key concepts of S-HRM. 1. Administrative theory is a classical organization theory proposed by Henry Fayol. The focus of this approach was on the most efficient way of structuring organizations. This approach attributed managerial success to certain principles of management. 2. Asset is something that is owned by the firm and that has an exchange value. 3. Best practices are superior management practices that are readily identifiable and transferable across organizations irrespective of the context. All firms will attain performance improvements only if they identify and implement best practice or benchmark. 4. Change management refers to specific efforts undertaken by a firm to steer a planned change in a specified direction with the help of a change agent. 5. Competitive advantage is a situation where an organization is able to differentiate its products or services from those of its competitors to increase its market share and gains, and maintains an edge over its competitors. 6. Distinctive HR practices refer to unique HR practices that help to create unique competencies that differentiate the products and services. This differentiation leads to competitiveness of the firm. 7. Employee stock option plans, ESOP, give employees the right to purchase a fixed number of shares of the company stock at a specified, usually lower, price for a limited period of time. ESOPs are used by firms as an incentive for executives and as a retention tool. 8. External fit is a theory that proposes that differences in business orientations or strategies of organizations call for different types of people as well as different HR strategies. This is also called vertical integration. 9. Greenfield firms are high-performing firms that are started from scratch at a new site. 10. HR strategy refers to the planned and effective use of human resources by an organization to facilitate the successful achievement of the corporate strategy. It is concerned with ensuring that the organization has the required people, training, rewards, and good employee relations. 11. Human capital is a term used to refer to the collective skills and knowledge of the total workforce of an organization that have an economic value to the organization and enhance its productivity and profitability. 12. Human resource management, HRM, is an overall approach towards the management of people working in the organization for accomplishing the goals of the organization. 13. Human resources is a term used to refer to the people who work in an organization. These are the resources on which other resources depend for their effective and efficient utilization. 14. Internal fit refers to the development and implementation of several HR practices together so that they are interrelated and internally consistent with each HR practice, complementing and reinforcing the other. This is also known as horizontal integration or bundling. 15. Knowledge economy refers to all jobs, companies, and industries in which the knowledge and skills of people, rather than the capabilities of machines and technologies, determine competitive advantage. 16. Resource-based view, RBV, is a view that holds that human resources contribute to sustained competitive advantage for a firm when they are valuable, non-tradable, non-imitable, and non-substitutable. This view is popularly called the VRIO framework. 17. Scientific management is an early approach to management and organizational behavior proposed by F.W. Taylor. The approach focused on the role of employees as individuals and emphasized the importance of designing jobs as efficiently as possible. 18. Skill mobility refers to the ease with which employees with a particular skill set can move from one employer to another with little loss in pay or responsibility. 19. Strategic fit is a theory that proposes that if an organization seeks to maximize competitive advantage, it must match its internal resources and skills, organizational competencies, with the opportunities available in the external environment. 20. Strategic human resource management, S-HRM, is the relationship between HRM and strategic management in a firm. It is the pattern of planned human resource deployment and activities intended to enable the firm to achieve its goals. 21. Strategy refers to the determination of the long-term goals and objectives of an organization, and the allocation of resources necessary for carrying out these goals. 22. The mission statement of a company is a brief statement that represents why the organization exists. It is a statement of the purpose of the firm. Step 4. Practicing MCQs of S-HRM. 1. In the matching model of HRM, what is meant by cost-driven HRM? A. Where a strategic planning process does not exist, but people are viewed as a resource. B. Where a strategic planning process exists, but people are viewed as a cost. C. Where a strategic planning process does not exist, and people are viewed as a cost. D. Where a strategic planning process exists, and people are viewed as a resource. Answer, B. 2 objectives of training is: A. Increased morale. B. Increased productivity. C. Favorable reaction to change. D. All of the above. Answer, D. 3 of an employee is the process of evaluating the employee performance of the job in terms of the requirements of the job. A. Merit rating. B. Job evaluation. C. Job analysis. D. Performance appraisal. Answer, A. For wage and salary administration consists: A. Representative role. B. Rate determination. C. Creation of post. D. All of the above. Answer, D. 5 organizational elements of job design are concerned with A. Cost techniques. B. Organizational efficiency. C. Firm. D. Cost approach. Answer, B. 6 people with a strong desire to satisfy higher order needs perform their best when placed on jobs that were high on certain A. Dimensions. B. Circumstances. C. Issues. D. Performance. Answer, A. 7. Which of the following attributes should be possessed by the personnel manager? A. Intelligence. B. Educational skill. C. Discriminating skill. D. All of the above. Answer, D. 8. Training information system included. A. Training aids. B. Internal and external faculty. C. Training resources. D. Training needs. Answer, D. 9. What is the name of the approach that suggests that HR strategy should be matched to business strategy? A. Best performance. B. Best fit. C. Best approach. D. Best value. Answer, B. 10. Which is the factor of job satisfaction as per Hertzberg? A. Job security. B. Recognition. C. Interpersonal relation with subordinates. D. All of the above. Answer, D. 11. Which one of the following does not include under the functions of human resource management? A. Planning. B. Recruitment. C. Organizing. D. Profitability. Answer, D. 12. The basket training method means A. Development of decision skilled. B. Development of institute. C. Development of resources. D. Development of production. Answer, A. 13. The object of employees' appraisal is A. To help determine promotions and transfers. B. To identify areas which require further training. C. To reduce grievances. D. All of the above. Answer, D. 14. The type of transfer includes A. Departmental transfer. B. Remedial transfer. C. Replacement transfer. D. All of the above. Answer, D. 15. What is the focus of performance-based methods? A. Measuring past performance to assess current performance. B. Measuring past performance to predict future performance. C. Measuring current performance to assess past performance. D. Measuring present performance to predict future performance. Answer, D. Step 5 Demo Test NET 2018 of S-HRM. 1. Match the items of list 2 with the items of list I and indicate the code of correct matching. List I. List 2. A. Organization man. B. Self-actualizing man. C. Complex man. D. Rational economic man. I. Maximizing self-interest. 2. Using capabilities to develop a sense of creating certain things. 3. Sacrificing individuality for the sake of group. 4. Understanding human needs may not be the final step in understanding human behavior. Code 1. 4. I. 3. 2. 2. 3. 2. 4. I. 3. I. 4. 2. 3. 4. 2. I. 4. 3. 2. Who proposed the balance theory of attitude formation? 1. Festinger, 2. Fritz Heider, 3. Charles Osgood and Percy Tannenbaum, 4. Rosenberg. 3. Which one of the following is an element of motivation according to Vroom's vector valence theory? 1. Involvement, 2. Equity, 3. Instrumentality, 4. Existence. 4. Which one of the following is not a component of base theory of transformational leadership? 1. Idealized influence, 2. Inspirational motivation, 3. Intellectual stimulation, 4. Team consideration. 5. Assertion, A. Under stressful situations, a person is unable to listen to and understand the message correctly. Reasoning, R. During stressful situations, the psychological frame of mind changes and the message gets distorted due to the beliefs, experiences, goals, and values held by the receiver of the message. Code, 1. A and R, both are correct and R is the correct explanation of A. 2. A and R, both are correct but R is not the correct explanation of A. 3. A is correct whereas R is incorrect. 4. R is correct whereas A is incorrect. 6. Match the items of list 2 with the items of list I and suggest the correct code. List I, source of resistance. List 2, coping mechanisms. A. Perceived peripherality of change, B. Fear of loss of power, C. Fear of obsolescence, D. Fear of imposition. I. Role redefinition and reorientation, 2. Participation and involvement, 3. Participation in diagnosis, 4. Development of skills. Code 1. 4. I. 3. 2. 2. 2. I. 4. 3. 3. 3. I. 4. 2. 4. I. 3. 4. 2. 7. Match the items of list 2 with the items of list I and indicate the code of correct matching. List I, model of organizational behavior. List 2, employee orientation. A. Autocratic, B. Custodial, C. Supportive, D. Collegial. I. Responsible behavior, 2. Security and benefits, 3. Job performance, 4. Obedience. Code 1. 4. 2. 3. I. 2. 4. 3. I. 2. 3. I. 4. 3. 2. 4. 4. I. 2. 3. 8. Which one of the following types of strike is without the consent of official of union? 1. Jurisdictional strike, 2. Wildcat strike, 3. Sympathy strike, 4. Slow down strike. 9. Which one of the following describes the metamorphosis stage of employee socialization? 1. Employee joins organization with his values, attitudes, and expectations. 2. Employee studies the organization culture. 3. Employee evaluates the dichotomy between expectations and reality. 4. Employee becomes comfortable with organization and internalizes its norms. 10. When employees work longer days in exchange for longer weekends or other days off, it is called 1. Flexi time, 2. Job sharing, 3. Compressed work week, 4. Extended timing. 11. Employee relations include which of the following? A. Organization's efforts to manage relationships between employer and employees. B. The programs to prevent and resolve problems arising from work situations. C. Relations between management and trade unions. D. Organization's structure of managing rapport between boss and staff. Code 1. A. And C. 2. A. B. And D. 3, B, and C, 4, C, only. 12. In which of the following, the payment of bonus is linked to performance of specific employees or group of employees? A. Profit sharing, B. Gain sharing plans, C. Social system plans. Code 1, A. Only, 2, B. Only, 3, both, A, and, B, 4, A, B, and, C. 13. Which one of the following is a contract made through collusion between management and labor representatives and contains terms beneficial to management and unfavorable to union workers? 1. Unilateral contract, 2. Aleatory contract, 3. Sweetheart contract, 4. Invalid contract. 14. When an employee is willing to go above and beyond what is typically expected in his or her role, it is known as 1. Employee empowerment, 2. Employee engagement, 3. Employee enhancement, 4. Employee encouragement. The correct answers are questions, answers, questions, answers. 5 and 7. 1. 3, 6, 10, 13. 3. 1, 2, 8, 11, 12, 14. 2. 4 and 9. 4. Hope, you were right.